Of my voice right now, you're on to one program and one program only. Yes, welcome to the stadium, your 101.1 million capacity stadium that can carry every sport on this planet. We're talking from football to American football to rugby to badminton to handball to tennis to ludo to dembe to anything, even tiki-taka, anyone that you want to call here on the stadium. And my name is Bucci, and of course Ted, our main striker, our attacking forward, is absent right now. Apparently, he's in Dede somewhere covering the World Wart competition. I think he's at the semi-final stage right now. But of course, like Liverpool, I never walk alone. I'm in the studio with your one and only, the prolific one himself, the striking force that needs no introduction. In fact, he's a brother to me and a friend to the show, Mr. Austin Pablo. Mr. Austin, how you doing?
I'm very good, my friend. Really, really good.
You looking good.
Thank you very much.
Yes, this is the stadium. Welcome, 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 welcome. We have a lot to give you today. We have a rich content for you. A lot of things happening in the world of sports, from boxing to football to even we're going to even talk about some interesting stories, and also we're going to profile another very interesting player, somebody that was just received the crown yesterday, somebody that in fact Mr. Austin is very excited to talk about because it concerns his club. If you don't know it before, Mr. Austin is an avid supporter of Liverpool, and Liverpool, of course, in the Champions League. Lots of action there. There's a lot of things to talk about, but first let's go into the world of boxing. Yes, Mr. Austin, did you hear this story? Tyson Fury. We've been talking about Tyson Fury for, it feels like donkey ages now, because the man is just a wellspring of controversy. Let's put it that way. Yes, Tyson Fury is back. But this time for something actually very positive. And I don't mean positive as in testing positive for banned steroid substances. I mean positive news. Tyson Fury is free to resume his boxing career after he reached a compromise with the UKAD. The UKAD is the United Kingdom Drug Anti-Doping Agency. Apparently, as we all know, Tyson Fury, world heavyweight champion, he was the one that knocked out Vladimir Klitschko. That was about 2 years ago. I think it was 2015. That's 3 years ago. But then in 2016, he went through a series of court cases and battles that actually saw him getting stripped of his title for ingesting banned steroids, for being locked up in an insane asylum. The man quit boxing 2 times. In fact, there was one period he retired on Twitter, and then the next week he's back again. He's been talking about getting back into the ring. Eddie Hearn, that's Anthony Joshua's fight promoter, has actually said if Tyson Fury shows promise and is serious, he's going to help him out. The last we reported of him, he got a new contract with MK Ultra. I think it's MK Ultra, the sports company. He signed a new contract with them. And also, he's been calling out Tony Bellew. Tony Bellew, as we all know, another boxer who was supposed to go up against David Haye this December, but David Haye, in a freak accident, was knocked out. So a lot of noise. Tyson Fury has been making a lot of noise, and now it seems like he has the stones to back it up, in the sense that he is now granted the opportunity to get back into the ring. All he needs to do is obtain his license back from the British board of that's the BBBC, that's the British Boxing Board of Control. But I think in some kind of arrangement or agreement he has reached with UKAID and the British board, he's not only back cleared of his charge, but he wasn't cleared actually. What happened was, it was a suspended, he got a suspended 2-year ban. And when you say it's a suspended 2-year ban, it means that yes, it's on record that you were banned, but you didn't go anywhere. Although he has been out technically for 2 years, so I think that's where the compromise reached. And now he's back. He's free to box. Tyson Fury said he was going to do it, and he's doing it. Mr. Austin, what do you think?
I think there's an undertone behind all this and everything that they're saying, honestly speaking, because you can't ban the man. You can't ban an athlete for 2 years, and it doesn't work like that. There's obviously an undertone. He was meant to face even more suspension if he was found guilty of using performance enhancers and drugs like that. But right now, the UK authority are saying, as far as I'm concerned, that's blah 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 blah.
Blah blah blah.
Blah blah blah. He's a fantastic boxer. He's a fantastic athlete. To be fair to him, I genuinely want to see him back in the ring, because he's definitely going to be bringing the game of boxing back into the boxing arena,
especially in that heavyweight division.
Yes. But for the board to I think there's you know one thing about the UK, they use the media to put themselves in different position as far as especially sports is concerned, and I think that they are using the media pretty it's quite unfortunate if you ask me.
In fact, you know what, let me just read you the whole story, because the way it goes is, according to reports, Britain's Tyson Fury, excuse me, I think I need a drink of water. Britain's Tyson Fury is free to resume boxing career after accepting a backdated 2-year doping ban. Now, the former world heavyweight champion was charged in June 2016 for using banned steroids. But of course, we remember this part. I think this is the part that always gets to me. Yeah. But blamed the result on eating uncastrated wild boar. I mean, you have to wonder, is it like the Middle Ages where they were like, you're on horseback and then they saw the boar and then they just speared it. Yeah. Good day to you, sir. This wild boar I claim in the name of the king. It's ridiculous.
It's absolutely ridiculous.
So, I mean, of course, the British, and then what I find, like you said, I think this is the part that actually gets to me, like what you were saying. The British Boxing Board of Control, that's the BBBC, which manages the license of boxers in the UK, has agreed to the outcome of the UK, that's UKAD, which is the anti-doping, that's UK Anti-Doping Council. Yeah. So I think you're right when you say there's some sort of funny business here, because it was two things he had to contend with, and now it's like a 1-2 punch. He has gone two things for the price of one. He not only has he won, he accepted the backdated 2-year doping ban, which he has already practically served.
For what exactly?
Exactly.
The question would be for what?
For the doping.
So
apparently,
are they admitting that he was found guilty?
Yes, he actually came out and said, you know what, they have admitted that he was guilty.
Is it out there in the news? Is it out there in the media?
That's
nobody is saying that he was found guilty. There's an undertone with the British. It's just
funny
hilarious.
enough. Fury says, and I quote, he insists, not even says, never knowingly or deliberately committed a violation. UKAID maintained that doping violations took place. Now, he's saying, I never did it. Technically, I never really did it. Unknowingly, it's sort of like, oops, I just slipped into the steroids and, that kind of thing. I was walking down the street and I unwittingly slipped into it. I didn't know it was steroids, but it was steroids. Yeah. And now they're saying there was a doping violation. You did take the dope. Now, both sides, of course, back and forth, and of course with Fury's legal battles and all that. Maybe do you think that this could be maybe the help Eddie Hearn was talking about? Eddie Hearn, like Eddie Hearn was actually looking for a competitor for AJ before this whole Joseph Parker thing came up, and Tyson Fury seemed to be the most likely candidate. Now all of a sudden, not only has UKAD cleared Tyson Fury, but also the BBBC to have, their result is good for us. Hey, let's, since you've been cleared of doping, here's your license back. I mean, this is a man that said, I quit boxing. And now all of a sudden, with this, with the smell of belts and titleships and money in the air, all this has just been cleared too. I think you're very right on
He's
that.
the same person that turned up in one of the events in Superman costume, right?
Yes, Batman. He was dressed as
Batman costume. You can imagine how they've used the media in the UK to either help their sports and their athletes, or kill it. As far as I'm concerned, things like this are not supposed to be happening in a global front, especially coming out from the UK.
Yes,
it's either they admit that the guy failed the test, or the series of tests, and then he lost the or he passed it, and then they can give us any news that they want to give us in media. There was something on media, with his brother. I think he has a nephew or something.
His nephew, Huey Curie, who's also a boxer, curiously enough,
Yeah.
in 2015 of February, had the same thing. He also reached a similar agreement with the said board in 2015 for banned substances. So
Bucci, of course, they were just in. I'm sure they were just somewhere in one of the forests, and then they started hunting boys.
well, it's a family thing.
A family, pretty much a family reunion inside the forest, and then we're eating boars.
Wild boar, uncastrated wild boar.
Exactly.
It has to be stated that the boar was uncastrated.
They were sure.
I'm sorry.
I can't deal, man.
What do you think about this story? It's as ridiculous as it is to us. There might be some, maybe you out there has some insight that can give us.
This is boxing. This is boxing. One of the most, if not the most lucrative sports in the history. This is boxing, and this is what the UK agencies. This is what this is how they're playing it out. I feel very happy for them.
What do you think? You could call in and give your own comments on this story. Maybe there's something that we as analysts, sports analysts, are missing here, but it seems like the song said, the writing's on the wall. The number to call is still 081 8999 1011. I'll take it again. 081 8999 1011. Yes, I think from uncastrated boar meat, we're going to go straight into
Castrated.
we're going to go straight into football. And something very special happened yesterday. I believe it was yesterday. Yes. The African Footballer of the Year, the BBC African Footballer of the Year, was crowned. And lo and behold, one man came out on top. A lot of people predicted it was going to go the way of Nigeria. But then this was open to you out there to call in and vote, give your online vote. But then one man seemed to have trumped the day. Mohamed Salah. Yes, Mohamed Salah of Egypt is named BBC African Footballer of the Year. The Egyptian, who has been phenomenal this year so far for Liverpool, top goal scorer in the EPL. I mean, since he's moved to Liverpool, the man has just been in fact, he just owns the field. And he just seems to find the back of the net. And I'm very sure this is actually a very special report, because Mr. Austin Power, has reported, is an avid supporter of Liverpool. What does this mean to you and your team?
Oh my God, I've never felt this happy, and I can't even believe that I am that happy.
Are you saying you're not a true Nigerian because our own Victor Moses was there? Why didn't you vote for Victor?
In as much as I am a Nigerian, I'm actually from the southern part of the country.
Yes,
I am going to say that Victor Moses really didn't deserve to beat Mohamed Salah. Let's be very, very, down the line. Let's, call the spade a spade. His performance has been top. He's one of the people that they call the top lads. He is a top lad. Mohamed Salah literally had changed games, banging goals. He even, drops back to, try and see how he can assist. He initiates counter-attack. He has been top class. He deserves it 100 times over. There's no way we could argue that. I could want to just try and argue, give some points to Moses, but at the end of the day, a whole lot more people actually did vote, and then they picked the right person to go home with that award.
I think I'm going to have to disagree with you on this. I mean, Victor Moses, think about it. This is the man that, he helped his team, Chelsea, towards an EPL title. He helped Nigeria towards qualifying for the first African country to qualify for the World Cup. I know it's down to voting, and it's, of course, people voting, and most likely, most people probably voted based on present form and present performance. But let me see this. Following a record, let me read this out to you. Following a record number of votes, the Liverpool Star won ahead of Gabon's Aubameyang, Guinea's Keita, Sadio Mane, his own teammate from Senegal, and Nigeria's Victor Moses.
So Victor came third and fifth.
No. It's not actually listed. It's just who he went up against. Okay. Salah, the Premier League's top scorer with 13 goals, has enjoyed a stellar year for both club and country. In early 2017, the forward was the central figure for Egypt as they finished runners-up in the African Cup of Nations.
Yes.
He also had a hand in on all 7 of the goals that took the Pharaohs to the first World Cup since 1990, assisting to scoring 5, including stoppage time penalty against Congo that qualified them to Russia. Yes, and of course, what he's doing with his club right now, in the EPL, Liverpool. Do you think, based on that, I mean, let's consider. Moses.
Do you want to read out Moses? Just go ahead and read out Moses. Okay, let's listen to you. You want to be sentimental and
I'm not being sentimental.
And partial because you are a Chelsea fan.
No,
trying to support the Nigerian.
First off, I'm a Nigerian.
I am a Nigerian, but I'm definitely drawing this down the line. Mohamed Salah has just been phenomenal, and that's the same word you used. And there's no other word to use. Amazing, excellent, superb, top man. He is the top man. He's the top lad. He has like, you just literally read everything about his profile for the past few months, which you and I will agree he has overshadowed and overwhelmed Moses' performance. Yes, Moses helped his team to win the EPL, and that's it. That is it. And okay, yes, he was part of the team that did qualify the Super Eagles to Russia for next year.
Yes,
but if you want to tackle this, man for man, achievement for achievement, come on, we have to give it to Mo Salah. And it's a good news. The last time I was this happy was when Suarez was, when Suarez was burning all the cables.
Or was it when Suarez was a vampire? You don't want to mention his vampiric history.
Yeah.
All right, let me quote Salah here. Salah says, "I want to be the best Egyptian ever, so I work hard." Who is, of course... I also follow my own way, and I want everyone in Egypt to follow my way. I would like to thank my Liverpool teammates, and also I also had a good season with Roma, so I have to thank my teammates there as well, my teammates here, and also my teammates in the national team. So Salah, of course, in fact, I don't think he's not taking the Ronaldo route. He's not taking the Ronaldo route. He's actually saying that it's also due to my teammates, because Ronaldo said, famously for his Ballon d'Or, he's the best there ever is, the best there ever was, and the best there ever will be.
The difference is Ronaldo is in a battle, he's in a competition with Messi. One of the things he could do is, try to talk down on Messi, try to make himself feel good over Messi. And to be honest, we could allow him say whatever he wants to say. Sometimes he just make excuse for them. Ronaldo is Ronaldo, and you agree with me that we are talking about Cristiano Ronaldo here, not Mohamed Salah. I don't think they're in the same par. But all due respect to the both of them, I do respect Mohamed Salah. He actually is more of a humble person compared to Cristiano Ronaldo. So, two different characters.
Two different characters, CR7 and Mohamed Salah. This is still Human Rights Radio, 101.1 FM. And if you're just tuning in right now, you're on to The Stadium. Of course, my name is Bucci. I'm not here alone. I'm here with Mr. Austin, good friend of the show and a sports analyst himself. We're going to take a mini break. When we come back, we're going to dive in. We still have a lot to talk about. There's still the incident at the Derby, that's the Manchester Derby, that there's still some fallout from there. And also, there's Premier League action tonight. We're going to look into that, and we'll also try and look at some very interesting things, especially with the UEFA draws and the Europa draws. What do you think? What are your comments? Call in, share your thoughts, and let's do this together. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Back to Human Rights Radio 101.1 FM, and if you can hear the sound of my voice, you are on to the stadium. Yes, your 100.1 million capacity stadium that covers everything in the world of sports. My name is Bucci. Of course, I'm not alone. I'm here with Mr. Austin himself, and we've been talking sports. Yes, interesting reports about the Manchester Derby. We spoke about this yesterday. Mr. Austin, I just wanted to get your own opinion on it. Now, of course, you do know the incident after Man U were humbled at Old Trafford.
Were they really humbled?
I think the boss, either the boss broke down in the dugout or the boss was shoved out of the way. But one way or another, there was a humbling.
I don't think there was a humbling, man. I actually knew that was the game plan for Mourinho. If you actually did see the game, that game was absolutely going Mourinho's way. That's the thing about tacticians.
Yeah,
that's what he wanted. There were a few times when Lukaku was trying to drop back and support the defense of his team, and his coach said, no,
go for
I don't want you there. This is where you should be. It's going to happen. Be patient. That's what tacticians do. That's why you have to.
But then when the tactics failed, like it did,
I don't think the tactics failed. I think
so
Manchester City.
What you're saying is that Mourinho is like, I know Manchester City is going to beat the hell out of us. Now they're going to win us, but
no.
I'm going to do my best.
He knows that Manchester City were going to come full force, full complete force, and what he did was he played three of his best. Fastest in his team, midfielders / attackers, Rashford, Lingard, and then Martial.
Yes.
The idea behind that was to hit Manchester City on the counter attack, and I'm sure mathematically, if he had done 4 or 5 of those, at least a goal would have come true.
But
they were just errors that literally happened inside the 18 box yard. If they had not gotten in there, Manchester City wouldn't have gotten a goal.
But in the end, somebody walked away with 3 points, and another team.
What was the score line?
It was 2-1.
How can you humble somebody for you struggle to get the second goal?
Mourinho himself has said it many times. A goal is a goal. Win is a win.
Well, I agree. 3 points.
Let me take this call. Hello, good evening.
Hello?
Good evening. Welcome to the stadium.
Good evening, sir.
What's your name and where are you calling me from?
I'm very sure you are from Kaduna State.
All right, from Kaduna State. How's Kaduna this evening? Are you receiving us very well from there?
I am hearing fine, sir.
All right, talk to me. What do you want to talk about? What's your comment?
I want to appreciate for what you are doing for us.
All right, thank you.
May God will help you.
Amen. Thank you so much, my
I'm
brother.
very, very happy for what you are doing for this our country.
Thank you so much, my brother.
May God will bless you, sir.
Amen. Enjoy yourself, and thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
All right. That was a fan reaching out, wishing us God's blessings. And in fact, from here also on the stadium, we're giving you a big salute back there. Now, back to what we're talking about. Actually, before we digress, we're talking about the incident that happened after the game. Now, of course, we all know Manchester City took the match 2-1. But after the game, I think at the dressing room area, that's the dressing room area, there was the dugout. There was a bit of a scuffle, per se, between Mourinho and, of course, I think fans, and it was just a big chaotic thing. The FA have come out to say that they're going to review CCTV footages to get a full picture of what happened. But apparently, Mourinho got milk and water splashed on him, and also a staff member from Manchester City got his head cut. So it seems like there was some sort of scuffle between the players, and actually now Pep Guardiola is actually coming in to weigh in his own 2 cents. He's actually coming out to say that his players, he doesn't believe that his players over-celebrated, although he didn't really join in, even though he was being encouraged to. But celebration is good. They won a good match. They had a hard-fought match. In fact, let me even quote him directly. He says, we're happy. We won a derby against Manchester United, one of the best rivals we have. City players, of course, They were initially celebrating that Sunday, but he opted out, and he's saying after the game, the players shake hands between themselves, no problem at all. Some players go ahead and celebrate with fans. That's normal. After that, we went to the locker room, and I encouraged the players to celebrate their victories. But of course, inside the locker rooms, of course, with huge respect to our opponents, not just Manchester United. When we lose, we have to accept defeat. When we win, we try to celebrate it. I am the guy who encouraged them to celebrate it in that amount, but between each other, that's what we did. So he's saying, look, they were just celebrating. Obviously, maybe Mourinho was, of course, upset about something. And, of course, you do know English fans, and this is an English derby, bragging rights for Manchester City. What do you think about this incident? Do you think it's going to blow out any further? I mean, of course, somebody got his head injured, and Mourinho got milk and water splashed on him.
But yeah, I genuinely do think that it's going to actually, come out. Right now, we do not have sufficient
Information,
adequate information as regards that incident, whatever happened at the dugout. But it's like you said, it's a derby. They've played. One team, came up short, and then the English fans, they're always
very.
They're always erratic. They're always overboard.
Let's use the word passionate. I think passionate.
I don't know where, dude, man. The Italians are very passionate, though. Don't no, man. The Italians are very passionate. But at this time, obviously, I have a feeling that the fans, triggered that level of scuffle that went down the dugout, and then as long as somebody's injured, I think that's Mikel Arteta, the assistant coach to Pep Guardiola. Yeah, got his head caught, and then obviously they're definitely going to open like a panel of inquiry or panel of investigation.
Yes,
and then like you said, just to find out exactly what went wrong, and then apportion the right amount of punishments to both parties. Unfortunately, these things happen.
Yes.
And they happen especially when there are big games like this. I'm sure if Manchester United had lost to Huddersfield or something, or Burnley or something, don't have gone that far. But since it's, they call them the loud-mouthed neighbors or the big-mouthed neighbors. Something funny about that. That's what they call them, Manchester City over the years. But yeah, rivals, derby played. Somebody's gone home with 3 points, and
somebody gone home, and somebody has also gone home to lick their wounds.
And then we bandaged head too,
and a soiled coat filled with milk and water.
Yeah, of course.
This is still Human Rights Radio 101.1 FM, and this is the Stadium with me, Bucci, and of course a very special guest, Mr. Austin. Now, Austin, there are a few matches going on in the EPL tonight. We have Burnley going up against Stoke City. We have Crystal Palace going up against Watford, and of course the highlight of the evening, Huddersfield versus Chelsea. Let's start from the bottom here. Burnley, Stoke City.
Yeah, that's really gonna be a very, very interesting game to see. Stoke City's been trying to gather themselves up. They've always been, the middle class, stable team. Always try to hurt the big teams, basically. But find it very difficult to play with, smaller teams. With all due respect to all the teams in the EPL, and then Burnley has been a team that ever since they got promotion into the EPL, they've been trying to prove their point.
They're like the thorn in the side of all the big teams.
Absolutely. And so I kind of think that we'll be seeing a very firm game, a very strong game between the both of them. If you're asking me for prediction, I would just probably give it to Stoke City. Shaqiri has been in real good form, and if they let him take a free kick anywhere around the 18-box yard, it's going to be a goal.
Do you think Crystal Palace has what it takes to prove themselves? In fact, they've been playing some really good games. They've been playing well, but as it's sort of like taking one step forward, 3 steps back, in the sense that every time they come up, something happens, and I think because of that close contention at the bottom of the table, especially with Everton and all those teams, that close contention there. So every time it seems like they climb out, they go back in. Now they're going up against Watford, a very, very dominant and opposing side. Do you think they have what it takes?
In as much as I want to give that game to Crystal Palace, I feel very bad for players like Zaha, Loftus-Cheek,
Benteke.
I'm going. That's where I'm going to. Benteke is. Forgive me, Benteke, but Benteke is the bad luck in that team, and until he decides to turn up and understand that the World Cup is around the corner, you've got big guys that are definitely going to bench you in your Belgium team and start to play real good football, convert your chances. I'm just going to give it to Watford. Because I genuinely want Crystal Palace to win.
Yes.
Big team,
Of course.
fantastic side with some really good players, Kabaye and the rest of them.
Yes.
But Crystal Palace need a centre forward.
Yes, they do.
Somebody that could make Benteke work for his money.
That's true.
But Watford, they've got a very solid side with the Brazilian Richardson. The kid is amazing, very, very energetic. Alongside, the likes of Denini and Okaka. I'm just going to give it to Watford.
And before we leave, Chelsea Huddersfield. Need we say more?
Huddersfield is going to win that match.
Austin. You didn't put it the way that Oga Aminu put it. In fact, I'm going to put it that way. Chelsea is going to win Huddersfield. In fact, Chelsea is going to take Huddersfield. Period.
Unfortunately, you don't have Morata, and your team just lost 1-0, struggled over the weekend, and Huddersfield looking really good. Huddersfield is going to take.
In the words of Oga Aminu,
Huddersfield is going to take. Huddersfield is going to take.
Yes, that is the size of the stadium this evening. Thank you so much, Mr. Austin, for being here. I want to thank my producer, the prolific one herself, the Grandmaster Charlotte Brown out there. And I also want to give a big salute to Mr. Monday in the visual department, and also Blessed in the IT department for making us look this good and streaming us live. Do you want to follow us? Go on our social media pages, like, subscribe, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, anything social media, we're out there. Just check us out. Human Rights Radio 101.1 FM. My name is Buchi. On behalf of myself and everybody and the crew here at the station and in the stadium, I say good night and have a pleasant evening.